Hello, and welcome to Moonrise. This is Dave Johnson. I'm channeling Man Moon today. This will be a political reading. It will be on Donald Trump, of course. The question is his bond. He is having trouble with the bond. I guess there's some situation where the lender who is wanting to issue the bond, he charges 30% interest, by the way. This lender is apparently not necessarily legally allowed to do that in the state of New York. So let's take a look and see whether that happened. Now, I will also supply a link, and this is to the Cosmic Collective that I work with who do group channeling. And I should call it the Cosmic Connectors Collective because that's their real name. Letitia's really sophisticated. She's a little bit more New York. Again, I don't want to put that as something better, but it's almost like her footwork is maybe just a couple of steps ahead of Fani. Again, no criticism of her. It seems like she got herself into a pickle, but that's just positive vibes here for Letitia. She seems to know. She's just looks very, very wise and experienced, and there's a good deal to say for that. She's just doing next level math. It's like this, Pythagorean theorem. That's what she's drawn out for me. Um, Show us more, Letitia. Yeah, she's doing math that is so complicated. Like it's like a super complicated. It's like going out and like sort of rays. And I just see Donald Trump sitting in the class like, how am I going to cheat this one? Who's smart enough in this class that I can copy their homework? Sorry, it was not his, Alina Haba. And it really is just this gross thing where Trump just uses people. He looks at Alina Haba, she's sitting in the same classroom, and it's like, well, no, I'm interested in her for one reason and only one reason. And also because she's arm candy. This has nothing to do with her ability. It's just there's all these characters in the classroom and they're all people Trump uses. So here's Giuliani. He's the sort of patsy character for Trump. He just looks around and it's like everybody's neat. How can I use this person to get what I want? And again, it just goes back to a very sad childhood for a little boy who, didn't start out as a mean little boy. He just became that's how he operates now. He's just like a machine trying to take care of himself. So he's like now he's distracting the class with some kind of joke or doing something vulgar and just is not having it. She does what the good teacher does. She walks right up to his desk and she's like, "Do you have a problem? Do you need to stand outside?" Okay, she's moving. I used to be a school teacher. She's moving him from the back of the class to the front of the class where she can keep an eye on him. And he's trying to do this routine where he's knocking the chair and making noise and everything. And so she's just going, I'm going to be asking him lots of questions today. Yeah. And then she does this thing where she embarrasses him. So she asks him a question, he doesn't have the answer, and she says to them, you might want to come for some remedial work. And she knows how to deal with a sociopath. It's like you know they pull that routine, and the worst thing that you can do is embarrass them. And that's just how she's managing it. And she's like, from now on, you'll be sitting right there in front of me, and I'll be asking you lots of questions. So be sure to take your homework home and do it tonight. And I'm going to know if you make someone do it for you. And it's been that like he has powerful parents, so they're going to try to attack the teacher and do something about it. And she's not worried about that. She's like, look, I'm a good teacher. Everybody knows I'm a good teacher. My boss is going to back me up. It's almost like she's like, I got the power. Here's my pile of gold. Where's yours? You said you had one. So now it's like a teacher student sort of throwdown. She's got all the cards. She makes the grades. And this is really killing him. The fact that he doesn't have power, that a woman, especially a minority woman, has power over him, is driving him nuts. He is really laying it on to the lawyer. He's just, Trump will just take his anger out on whoever's available. So you understand that the people who work with Trump, there's a sort of karma. They have to get screamed at, humiliated, and suck it up so that they can climb the ladder. That's how they think it all works. So he's just laying it on this lawyer, and this lawyer's not used to being spoken to in that way. The lawyer's angry. And I actually see the lawyer starting to push back and saying, sit down and shut up, Donald. You want me to represent you? Then keep quiet. And that's like really blowing his top. Now people are not respecting him as much. The judge is telling him off. Understand there's a lot of karma going on here. He is really, really not enjoying being humiliated like this. It's humiliating when he can't bring up the bond. So keep in mind, we were all getting pissed off. I was getting pissed off because it's like he always gets a break. He's not getting a break. He really is being sort of dragged to the coals because first, yeah, it's good enough, and then it isn't. But just James is 2 steps ahead. So that's just, is it going to work? Is he going to be able to? Okay, I see a contract getting rigged up. I see Trump really getting furious and like breaking something. I see him really going off. I see Letitia just kind of smiling, that sort of subtle I'm smarter than you smile. Letitia's looking good. She's really, really like in her power. Mm. She was just born for this kind of situation. Again, like I hope you all recognize, here she is coming forward. She's all of us. She's all of the things that we wanted to happen. She is the one who is sort of representing us and our power. Now she's not, others fooling around. Oh, about this. What about this? What about this? Oh, she's not doing that. She's like, nope, already got you covered. Nope, can't do that. She's doing what prosecutors are supposed to do. So I'm just gonna ask her, Letitia, is he gonna make this bond? And she's like, he's not gonna make it. He's gonna go into court again. It looks like we're going to court again. And Trump is just, it's like he's in a spider web. He's wrapped up in yarn. He can't move. Looks good for Letitia. And I get this number like 234 or something. Maybe that's a millions. Maybe that's like the new bond that he has to post. Maybe that's like how much it's going to cost him. I don't know what that number is, but I know it's a bigger number than he's already been asked for. So how is he going to make a bond at all? She's kind of going, well, kind of, but it's not good for him. So he's searching around for another person to give him the bond. And let's be clear, borrowing money for Trump is an addiction. Lack of being responsible for his money is an addiction. Demanding that other people meet his special needs is an addiction. So he is expecting that somebody will step in and rescue him again. I get a lot of no's. The only yes he might get is somebody who's really going to take advantage of him, like the Bond guy. So there's another karmic thing. He is getting taken advantage of, just like he takes advantage of others. So I see this little character like, now I got him. He does not want to help Trump. There is somebody out there who might make him a ridiculously bad offer. Like, yeah, if you give me this, you give me the deeds to all your properties, yeah, maybe I'll do it. But their intention is not to help Trump. Their intention is to trick him and get his stuff. Somebody smelled blood in the water. And now that Trump is desperate, he can make a good bargain. So let's see. Getting a no on making the same time I see this nefarious character ripping Trump off, I'm also getting a no. He won't make. Trump is crying and shaking his head, and like he's not going to make this bond. So Letitia, you're going to seize his stuff. I see a building. Oh, and you know what? I'm reminded of my first video on Bragg. I was like, "What's up with Bragg? What's he doing?" And I kept seeing a building, and I'm like, "Is Bragg getting a building for himself, or what's going on?" I think I was not necessarily seeing Bragg's future, but I was seeing Trump's future. It's about the buildings, and the buildings are sort of his power. Uh, Note that they're kind of phallic symbols. um, Sorry, I hope that image doesn't stick with you, but I think it's important to note that this is his power, and Letitia James is really taking that away. I could use another metaphor about what Letitia James is doing, but I won't. um, it's like she's got a big sword and whack. Letitia James says he will not get past me. Whatever happens, whatever bond he manages to post, he will not get past me. And keep in mind, this is a bond. So it is only there to be held on appeal. So if the appeal doesn't work, that money goes right into, Letitia James will seize it. So in any case, it's just a delay at best. Really expensive delay. He's got to pay a lot of interest on it, which I think is going to be huge. If he gets it, will he get his bond? He, he might get his bond, but he keeps crying. It's just not going to work out, whatever the bond is. Trump is finished, and that's just what he's saying. Like he would like to jump off a building right now himself. He is finished. He is ready to check out. I think there is a part of him, again, that little boy, that would just like to leave. It's all been narcissism from here, but there's a tiny little grain of Trump's humanity that's in there that just wants to leave. And I think that that is actually affecting him. It's almost like a portion of him saying, let's get out of here. This isn't, you're not going to win this time anyway. It's like you're at the edge of the plank after the pirates have taken over. You're not going to be able to swim to the next island. So give it up. Just jump and end it. And it's really affecting his mind. So for all of us who want to indulge in a little bit of Schadenfreude, I understand that Trump is going through absolute hell right now, and it is just desserts. It might be evolving slowly, and that's making all of us angry. We'd like to have this done, but it could be very important that he experiences this in slow motion, so he can just grasp and grasp and grasp, and that this time it won't work. That might be a nature of his human experience, and it might be useful for us to watch that. Thanks so much for watching.